Coming up on this edition of Southwest TV News. Jerry Chu made a brief appearance in Swift Current Provincial Court on Wednesday via video conference call. Hockey fans were recently treated to a special afternoon game at the iPlex as the Swift Current Broncos alumni faced off against the Calgary Flames alumni team. 7 high school teams from across southwest Saskatchewan recently hit the volleyball court at the Swift Current Comprehensive High School as the senior Colts hosted the 5A Regionals. Thanks for joining us here today. It's been 14 months since the death of Henry, Jin, and Herbert, and a pre-trial date for the murder case is yet to be determined. Jerry Chu made a brief appearance in Swift Current Provincial Court on Wednesday via video conference call. Chu faces numerous criminal charges, including second-degree murder in the death of Henry Jin, also of Herbert, break and enter and robbery of the victim's home, willfully attempting to obstruct justice, and interfering with the human remains of Mr. Jin. The Crown and the defense have now both requested another adjournment until December the 10th, at which time a new date will be set for the preliminary hearing, which was set to start on November the 3rd. However, with the Crown requesting an indictment on all 4 charges against the accused, the defense and the Crown still need further time to agree to the number of witnesses and days now required for the trial, which will be likely scheduled for sometime in 2015. 26-year-old Jerry Chu is the lone suspect in this case and has been in custody in Regina since his initial arrest in September of 2013. Chu was arrested last fall after the victim Henry Jin was reported missing by family and friends. Jin's body was eventually discovered approximately 10 kilometers south of Morse.
What can you do to brighten a person's day?
How would you feel doing something good for a person in need?
What if a single thought can change a person's life?
What can you do to make someone's life better?
Helping others is the greatest gift we can give. Give for good.
Like we're going to bring gently used books or toys. We're going to give them to the Early Learning Center. We are collecting gently used toys to give to the Salvation Army, and we'll also be visiting a nursing home too. We're collecting coats, mittens, toques, gloves, and we're gonna give them to the Salvation Army to give to people that don't have money and don't have winter clothing.
Our classroom will be collecting donations of stuffed animals and plush toys to donate to the fire station.
Some children out there, well, after they lost all their stuff, they'll be able to have something that will be able to comfort them. God wants us to care about other people, and so He blesses us. I hope that they know what that means, because some people don't have that many things and we have a lot.
I hope just people will pay attention and just to know that we're doing a good deed, and they'll pay forward and do a good deed to someone else as well.
There would be peace. There would be happiness, there would be happy faces, more friends, no bullying. It would change the world as if everybody did it.
You've heard how we plan to give for good.
Now, it's your turn. What will you do?
What will you do?
What will you do?
It was a walk down memory lane for hockey fans as the Swift Current Broncos hosted an alumni game. We bring you some of the highlights in this report. Hockey fans were recently treated to a special afternoon game at the iPlex as the Swift Current Broncos alumni faced off against the Calgary Flames alumni team. The game brought together a range of players who worked their way up through the WHL ranks to the NHL over the past number of years. A walk down memory lane for these players while showing off their on-ice skills. including Brian Dickey, who grew up in Leader and went on to play in 4 leagues throughout his hockey career, who gave it his best shot on the ice that afternoon and scored a goal.
Just shot it and closed my eyes, and luckily the goalie didn't see it and went in, but it's been my forte throughout the years is to score the odd goal. So yeah, it happened today and I'm happy. Well, it's been a long time since I played in this rink. It was 1970 I played my last game with the Broncos, so it tells you it's a long time ago, and it's a special feeling. I was pretty nervous before this game today, so feeling pretty good now, though. It's a lot of fun.
While for others, like Pontiac's own Mark Lamb, who enjoyed a career as a player and coach in the WHL and the NHL, the alumni game was a salute to the fans over the years.
It's all for fun. It's for, a lot of the people, the fans grew up watching a lot of these players go through the Bronco ranks, and it's good to see them after all these years. They've all moved on in their lives. They're making a living doing something else, but they can always look back at what brought them to that part in their life, and that's being part of the Broncos.
A fun-filled afternoon for hockey fans of all ages, as the Flames alumni outscored the Broncos 8-6, while raising funds for a good cause.
I guess any kind of extra events that we do outside of hockey, all of the funds that we raise go towards the Bronco Education Fund. So it's a part of that. But it's also just for us to kind of reconnect with the alumni. We're really trying to build some of those relationships, keep those ties, and playing some different kind of fun games is a way to bring them back.
In the coming weeks, special theme nights will be hosted by the Swift Current Broncos, while assisting community organizations such as the SCCHS. And the annual Teddy Bear Toss in conjunction with the Salvation Army. This is a busy time of the year for high school athletics, and the Swift Current Colts are off to volleyball provincials. 7 high school teams from across southwest Saskatchewan recently hit the volleyball court at the Swift Current Comprehensive High School, as the senior Colts hosted the 5A regionals. The one-day tournament saw high-pace spiking and hitting on the court, with all teams giving it their best shot to make the top 3 and to move on to provincials. By the end of the day, the Swift Current senior Colts won the regional championship and are off to Saskatoon. A win which the players indicate stems from a solid team effort.
Our strengths are definitely our attack. We are one of the best attacking teams, I think, definitely in the South. And our passing is getting there too, and our serving is definitely really good.
Our hitting's got quite a bit better, like more consistent, and our passing is improved. I mean, we have our bad days, we can't pass too well, but when it's on, it's really on.
A strong foundation, which has been developed throughout the season, as the team's coach tries to instill the same message to new and veteran players.
I always say it's passing and serving. It's the 50-50 game, because every point starts with a serve and then a pass. So a good team, in my opinion, has those 2 things down, and then to also be able to dig up any ball that an offense hits at you. So passing, if you can't pass the ball, you can't hit a ball, right? And serving, if you can outserve the other team, then you're most likely going to have a successful game and a successful tournament.
And after a big win on the weekend, clinching the regional championship in the final over Moose Jaw Peacock, the Swift Current Comprehensive High School Senior Colts volleyball team is off to the provincial 5A tournament in Saskatoon this weekend. Well, this brings to a close another episode of Southwest TV News, reporting the stories that matter to you. We always welcome your news tips. You can always reach us here by phone at our studio or by email to contact us at southwesttvnews.com. Also, be sure to join us daily online for the latest news from across southwest Saskatchewan and so much more at MyLocalTV.ca. And be sure to follow us on a range of social media. Thanks for joining us here today. I'm Carol Andrews.